Welcome to this 100 days. By that introduction, you think I'm getting tired of them, but no, the opposite. I love them. They offer a new challenge each time. They're kind of just a fun way to spice up things, you know? If things get too easy in life, editing 100 days brings you back down, you know? And gives you something to do, something to challenge your mind with, something to increase your editing capabilities. But anyways, that's not why I want to record this 100 days. I want to record it for you to have a good time watching me progress. Let's get into this, shall we? You first, of course. I'll be right behind you. Day one, I started off by being very confused about my surroundings, that's for sure. Shot some flies, worked with some controls, figured out I was in a zombie apocalypse, and chopped down a couple trees, and then I headed down the mountain. I found myself a pond, and found a city. There I decided to hide inside of one of the buildings for the night. But doing that kind of drew a horde to my position, and I tried out my gun there. When I was empty on bullets, I realized that there's just no way I can reload it in VR. So guns, as of I'm saying this, are useless. I have the ammo, I cannot reload them. They're mysterious in nature to me. Yeah, maybe I can reload them before every recording session, so I have at least one go of it, but yeah. So yeah, that's how that went. When day rose, I decided I wanted to get out of that building, so I risked it, alright? I jumped down, ran past the zombies, kept falling, and then I decided instead of being torn apart by the hordes, I jumped off the tallest building. I thought I'd survive, but clearly I did not. Yeah, and I came back to that spot, died again, because I tried fighting a zombie with a sword barehanded. Did not work out for me. And then my third time showing back up, this is me, I died 2 times there, count them. I got my stuff back, because the zombie despawned after mauling me. And I ran through the city trying to find a good place to settle down. The issue with that is it was turning night and zombies were crawling out of every aspect of the city. So I fell into like a hole. So I decided, yeah, you know what's the best place to be during zombie apocalypse? Deep underground. So I dug underground, hiding away from the hordes. Yeah. And then I did some mining. So it's a lot chiller down here. My new goals for the underground are to find water, dirt, plant some crop. That's my goals for the foreseeable future. So day 3, what I suspect to be day 3, started off with more digging, and I slowly grew a decision in my mind because I was not finding dirt or water to go up to the surface and build a wall around a plentiful dirt area. So I dug up, stayed above where the zombies could reach me, and shot them all. It was not really any close calls. We were fine, mostly. Just very creepy, the moans they make. So I got to the surface, did a little bit of wall building, got a warning about a horde coming, or there's a sense of unease at night. So I decided, fuck that, time to go home. And by that I mean into the tunnel to do some more digging. Whilst I was doing that digging, I dug into another cave system, which had ungodly amounts of zombies in there. So I just blocked that up. Decided I wanted to go do some more wall building. I believe around day 6, I was doing some wall building when the game decided to crash. It's fair to expect these things from this. So yeah, day 6. I logged back in from my wonderful crashing period, and I continued building the wall. It was going quite well. I even was building at night because I was confident that they would not get to me. That was a mistake. My cockiness led to me getting swatted off the wall into the gaping maws of hundreds is an exaggeration, but it was like 10. And I was ripped apart. They're plain and simple. So I respawned and ran back to base where I had to dodge around some zombies, distract them, beat up one with my fist, and then I got my stuff back, blocked up the wall, and I continued on with wall building, making it more secure. Eventually, we were at a somewhat secure state. That was until I looked at the building right beside the wall and realized, wow, there was holes all over that. Any zombie could just tumble on in to my well-fortified household. So I walled that up and I tried to take over, I successfully took over the rooftop. It was a little risky. I thought I was losing for a second, but I wasn't. I was doing fine. And I took the rooftop from the undead, lit that up, and now I have an area to grow trees. Has soil up here on the roof. Must have been one of those genius cities that do that. Yeah, I really like buildings that have trees on top of roofs. It's really nice looking. I think a storm then hit, so I headed underground to do some mining, because I cannot be up there during a storm, or I'll freeze to death. So I did some digging, and then I came back up, hanged outside for a bit, looked around, realized that if the zombies are bouncing together, they can boost each other up 3 blocks. And we're almost 3 blocks. I don't know if they could have gotten to 3 blocks if I stayed there, but I wasn't gonna risk that. No, thank you. So I went back down, got enough cobblestone, came back up, built up 3 more on the outer layer of the wall. So now, no way in hell a zombie can boost its way up here. And I cleared off the trees, built a staircase up to the rooftop. That is very useful. I can actually work on the tree farm. And I also built the farm. It's not a lot right now. It's like 4 wheat, 2 tomatoes, hemp and flax, which aren't edible. Well, there's raspberries too, sorry. 1 raspberry, something. Hemp and flax aren't edible, but they're very useful for crafting recipes as we go along. Make life easier for me. Day 9 started off with me doing some mining. Just getting some cobblestone, nothing too interesting. Then I headed upstairs. I got a plan in between days that I decided I wanted to build a kind of outer cobblestone wall around the building I walled myself against, so I could eventually go in and scavenge goods from that building. That's what I started on today. Did a bit of wall building. Did a little bit of farming too, so we got actual food production. A blizzard shortly hit, so I had to go back underground and do more digging. Yeah, and I was trying to figure out better ways to preserve my food, like the tomatoes I can turn into tomato juice for them not to go bad, so that's what I plan to do with it. But I need glass, which you need sand, and I don't really have sand down here in the depths. So yeah, we'll have to figure out a way to do that. Day 12. I decided instead of going for some digging, I would instead go to the surface and continuing my task to blockade that building from the rest of the world. During that, I was jumped by a zombie from a floor I did not block off, and I didn't know this, but you can be infected with a zombie virus. So yeah. I should also add here that I changed my shader because it was like giving me 17 frames per second, which is like, you know, I cannot play at that quality, but I switched to a different one later on. I had a few technical errors in these upcoming days, but I figured it out, kind of. So anyways, back to me dying of the zombie virus. I encased myself and kind of let myself rot away. As you can see, I waited till the end and then I died. Yeah, that was kind of the the darkest death, I'd say. I was a little concerned I'd zombify, you know, turn into a zombie, and then I'd have to deal with zombie me later, but it didn't happen. So I spawned in spawn at night. It was great, had a great time, hanged out on a tree with a zombie staring at me. Amazing time. Really suggest, if you have any free time, you should do that. Anyways, turned to morning, so I headed back to base. Got in successfully, broke into my stuff, grabbed it, and I continued on with what I was doing. I decided to just start farming. Expanded the farm, harvested the crop. I think I did a little bit more expanding of the wall too, or around the building. I was trying to square off, I guess. Day 15. I started off by building around the building some more again. I do a little bit of progress on it from time to time. It was more successful this time. I didn't get jumped by zombies and killed, so, you know, success. After that, I went back to base and I decided I would do some farming and mining focus. Not really, I think, too progressive. I guess mining has to be done to progress, so I just have to grind away in the mines. So I did some of that, got some ores, got some coal, which I desperately needed, and then I headed back to the surface where I would do more farming. I figured out a way to preserve tomatoes by making them into blocks. Oh, by the way, food decays. I don't know if I mentioned this, but it does, and it's been kind of an issue with food disappearing from my inventory. So making the tomatoes into blocks makes them not waste away. I also did some work on the tree farm. I got rid of all those random trees and replaced them all with oak. Oak's my favorite tree in general, but it's also best for modded items. Well, the vanilla trees in general, but I just like oak trees, okay? I don't need to explain things to you. Alright, you need to explain things to me. Like, where were you October 20th? Okay, sorry. Day 18 started off with some mining. I wanted to get some diamonds today, because I thought that finding diamonds would somehow make me dig quicker. Well, that's how that works. Anyways, so it was a solid plan. Started digging down, had some issues because I dug into a cave underneath my quarry, and I was trying to create a safe way downwards. A fun little creature, a centipede from Alex Mods, decided to eat me alive. I tried to escape, but I was not successful. So I died and had to come back. That reminded me of actually making a bed. So I think you understand why. When I got back, I got the flax to turn into string to turn into wool, but I did not make a bed straight away. I decided I wanted to do some mining. So went back down, got my stuff, created a safe way down, kept mining downwards till I got to a diamond level, or bedrock, to be more accurate. And then I started mining to the side where I found diamonds. So I went back up, got an iron pickaxe. By then I realized I should probably make that bed just in case I die. So I did that, saved. I finally have a spawn point in base, so I don't have to keep running all the way from spawn here. That's great. So I went back down with my iron pickaxe, mined up the diamonds, and then I decided to look for some more. That was a waste of time. Yeah, so that's majority of the time was spent trying to find that. Let's just say I was not feeling happy by the end of this session of playing in this world. It's the mining fatigue, I guess, yeah. Especially when you're not finding anything, kind of sucks. Anyways, so I decided to take a break from that and go to the rooftop of the base and chop down the trees. Gave me a break from the underground. It was beautiful. Loved being up there. Cleared those trees off, planted more, and then day 21. I started off this day with a little bit of, can you guess it? Not digging. Okay, I finished off the perimeter around the building, so that's finally done with. After finishing off the perimeter of the building, I decided I wanted to go check out what it looked like, but it's lacking a little bit of courage. So it took me a little bit to finally get into scavenging through it. When I finally did, I only found like a couple bullets. Kind of disappointing. So I decided to go down mining. much better time mining this time because of the titanium pickaxe we got from the last couple days. Figured out that I can make armor with this other titanium that's pretty nice. I just need steel for the other stuff, but steel is complex to get. Yeah, I think it'll be... I don't know how long it's gonna be till I get steel. Maybe not even 100 days will be enough. I might just be too slow on that, but who knows. We'll see. Day 24, we started off with a little bit of, can you guess, mining? Yeah, for the next couple days, that's pretty much all I did. So I did have another close encounter with a centipede. Yeah, that was horrifying. I probably made a short of it, or I'm going to make a short of it. I'm definitely going to make a short of it. 100%. Oh my god, it was horrifying. So, if you didn't know, cave centipedes from Alex mods also poison you after they hit you like a truck twice. So, you have to have good armor to even be able to think about dealing with them. I got lucky this one fell into the water and kind of drowned itself, but yeah. So, things kind of turned out well. I also kind of like the openness of the cave down here now. That opens up into a bigger cave. I know there's that whole zombie moaning issue. I'll work it out. We'll figure out something about that. I kept digging till day 29. Started off with me doing some more mining. Yeah, we're getting into a rhythm now. It's nice. I forgot to mention in the last couple days, but you might have seen it. Out of the corner of your eye is the drawer system. It's a storage drawer mod. Lets you be more organized and lets you just empty your inventory very quickly, which I enjoy. I love this mod. I've used it in Just Breathe and Modpack before. Amazing. Yeah. Then I had some more close incidents with centipedes. Well, this one wasn't so deadly because I kept my distance and built ridges around the wall so it couldn't climb up to me. Yeah, so I decided to take a break from that and go up to the surface, do some farming, chop down some trees, just chillax. And by the time it was day 33, started off with me going up to the surface to loot the building some more. Decided to go to the ground floor this time. So I did a lot of preparing before I went down, checking where the spawners were, lighting up the area a bit more, waiting till there was absolutely no zombies, blocking off the staircases to the basement levels, so I wouldn't have to deal with that. And after a while of procrastination, I decided to go down, and I cleared it. Lots of good loot, new guns, new ammo, or more ammo for said guns. Oh, I should say I already had 45 rounds, but I got a pistol that can actually make use of them, so yeah, very good. And then with finding these two spawners, I decided I wanted to create a mob grinder with these spawners. So I started digging down, but before that, I ran into the traveling merchant, which I have never been excited to find before. This time, I was super excited. Another living being here. I mean, there's only flies. I only saw flies. Now I got, traveling merchants, llamas, the paradise, really. Anyways, I then continued to work on the mob grinder, digging downwards. Eventually got to the level I wanted to, and then I started digging towards the base. But let's just say I lost track of time and had to end the stage session, so I kind of did a half-assed job. So yeah, super stressed about that, but I'll come back another time and finish it off. Yeah, day 37, I was slowly digging towards the base, and I came to realize that I went over it by mining into a different part of the base. So last time in my panic, I kind of didn't think about it logically too much. I had it perfectly, but yeah, I was just getting sick of it. But anyways, I continued to work on the grinder some more. That went okay. Took me like 40 minutes, pretty much this whole session, just building a mob grinder. It always takes me that long. And by the end of it, I wasn't even sure if it was working or not. So I kind of waited around for a couple days, and we got one zombie to spawn and drop in. Progress? Question mark? Day 41 started off with me continuing to try to figure out why the grinder wasn't spawning in. Instead of doing research in between sessions, I didn't. So I don't fully understand why the spawners aren't spawning zombies. And so I decided to try to get zombies from other aspects of the building. And hence, I built these trapdoors that the zombies would walk over and fall into the pit from the lower levels. Pretty genius, yeah? It wasn't my first try. I don't know why, but I tried with water instead of trapdoors. Yeah, after wasting like 3 days, an hour, just working on that. Well, not wasted, it was time spent. Okay, time spent. Gotta come to terms with that. I decided I would do some mining on day 44. Started off with me doing some more digging. I don't know why, but today I just been feeling generally a little skittish. So let's just say I had a lot of like close calls and like I was getting spooked an awful lot. So I didn't play especially too long. Yeah, playing is a word I wouldn't use for this session. I think it was more like torture. Psychological torture. Yeah, was not having a good time. So I only did 3 days in this session. Taking it to day 47. Started off with me doing some more mining. And that mining continued on for a while. I wanted to do mining mainly because I just want to do mining. No, there's a more complex reason, I guess. Let me explain it to you. Resources. You know how you need things to make other things, and those things that you need to make other things with keep disappearing because you make things with that thing? Yes, that's the reason I went mining. So not complex, but yeah, you get it. So I finally curtained off the quarry from the rest of the cave system. No more zombies in this pit, only the Monza zombies, okay? So amazing. Anyways, after I finally curtained that off, I decided to do some fishing. Yeah, just a little bit of relaxing fishing to end off day 51. Started off with the time-old tradition of not mining. I decided I wanted to put some effort towards trying to make steel today, and thankfully I did that because, well, I should have done that way earlier. It turns out steel is literal dirt cheap to make. You just gotta smelt an iron ingot and you get steel. I'm just used to some like tech mods that just have you get like 20 different machines just to make steel. Yeah, I was prepared for that, but this time just had to throw it in the blast furnace, bammy, steel. So I made myself a steel pickaxe, which changed the game. I didn't have to use that crap iron pickaxe. If I didn't mention, iron pickaxes decay over time, so they get slower at mining. Yeah, not particularly great. So getting that steel pickaxe meant a lot. With that, I also wanted to start digging upwards to look for andesite for the create mod. I could make, forget what they're called. Oh, andesite ingots, that's what they're called. And then you can use that to make shafts and other things and create. It's an essential block needed in the create mod. If I don't have it, I cannot make a thing. So that's what I spent the rest of the days in this session doing. Just kind of digging upwards, trying to find that. I also kind of cleared out the area with, I did clear it out with the steel pickaxe. Figured out what those floating blocks were. It was thorium and chromium and uranium. I got uranium too, so we can start doing stuff with that eventually at some point. Maybe. On day 55. Let's go do some more mining. As you can tell, I'm ecstatic about mining. Yeah, it's kind of mind-numbing. It's chill. So yeah, I mined out some more of the upper level of the quarry, and then I got a nice idea of doing some exploration and raiding of other buildings around the area. So I headed upstairs after doing some mining, and safely secured the top of a building. No incidents to really report on there. I mean, I got a bunch of new crops and like 4 iron blocks from that. So that's pretty good from that rooftop. I cleared it, lit it up. It's a safe zone now. And then I also went back down to do some more mining. It's kind of routine, honestly. Just do some mining, go up, clear some stuff, do some mining, kill some zombies. It's kind of a repetitive thing, but you know what? I'm having a good time, I think. Anyways, after doing some mining, I went back to the surface and cleared another rooftop. Well, cleared. I blocked it off from zombies and lit it up, really. I was just trying to get a better view of the city and what I could probably raid in the future. Not many options, if I'm being honest. So I might focus more on mining. On day 59, started off with me doing what I do. It's digging. Yeah, I did some more mining on that day. I kept mining until day 61. What a great day. What a beautiful day to go and build a bridge. Yes, I decided to start bridging towards some more nature, so I could try to find some animals. I was getting a little stir crazy at base, you know. I just need some friends. The bees don't talk to me the way they used to. They're just being bees. Okay, anyways. As I was bridging back to spawn area, the general area of spawn, I saw illagers. I was not expecting to hear illagers or see them in this world. I thought there was only zombies. I was ecstatic. They actually fought with the zombies, which is amazing. Finally felt like I had allies. But also, saying that reminds me of this kind of weird thing that happened. It was like the sounding of like gunshots in the distance. A little weird. Yeah, I don't know. I was just creeped out by it. There was 2 times during this session where I heard gunshots on the outside. Yeah. It was either thunder or a shotgun going off. Could not tell you which. So after I decided I wanted to break from building that bridge for a bit, I headed back home, to which I mined. Where I had a couple more fights with some centipedes. One of which could have been totally prevented if someone would have told me it was behind me, okay? Anyways, I then decided I want to upgrade for my gun. So I got rid of the pistol and crafted a laser gun. I forget its name, but yeah, I'll probably tell it next couple days. But yeah, it's just a laser gun. It's cool. Very strong. As you can see, it's obliterating zombies, you know. I can't wait to shoot some centipedes with it. Anyways, yeah, that's about all that happened. Oh, I found a cactus. I got access to green dye once I can get sand. And I figured out a way to get sand. But that's for later, okay? Day 65. Well, you know what we had to go and do. Look for andesite, of course, the most important stone in the game, like I've been saying for the last 65 days. I feel like I've been saying that. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I haven't mentioned it as much, but in my head, I've just been constantly thinking, I need andesite. So that's essentially what the adventure was today. Well, adventure is a false word I'd use. I just kind of went to the top part of the quarry and dug around, cleared like 4 levels, and then stumbled into some andesite, actually. So we finally are able to start create items. Well, I say that, but we are missing some vital components to create, so we'll have to pause on create till we can get all these other things, which I actually work towards for the rest of the days in this session. I look through immersive engineering because I need something from immersive engineering to aid with create. And to get that thing from immersive engineering, I'll need to go through electrodynamics, which has a grinder press machine. So I spent a long time crafting that. And then I spent a long time also crafting the windmill to power it. So yeah, we have a basic machine. The first. Day 70. I set up the auto grinder, if I believe, block grinder, something, mineral grinder, on the top of the roof. But every time I put in a new material for it to grind down, it wouldn't do anything. It looked like there was animation going on, so I was thinking it wasn't producing enough power, this one windmill. Wind turbine. So I went to go make 2 more. I noticed I was running really low on iron, so I had to go mining later on. But before that, I wanted to test out if it just needed more power. So I put in another 2 windmills. That's all I could make at the time. And I noticed that it worked a little bit better. I saw progress in the white bar, so something was happening. And then I thought about a battery potentially is what I'm missing. Like, it's not storing enough power to do it. I then had to figure out how to make a battery, get resources, did some mining. And whilst I was mining, apparently the horde that spawned in somehow got over my 6-foot wall, my 6-block wall, my 6-meter wall, not 6 feet, 6 meters, because each block is a meter, so somehow they got a vertical jump that's so fucking tall. Anyways, they got through my wooden door upstairs and came down here, and I was just mindlessly mining when I got surprised by 6 zombies charging at me from behind. I didn't die, but like, holy shit, did I not feel safe mining for the rest of the time there. After that, I created the battery, got some iron. Well, first, I actually wanted to secure my surroundings, so I made a bunch of iron doors and levers and set them up on access points to the base. So that wouldn't happen again. I figured out how they got over. They probably just used the smaller wall, like the 3-block wall, because I see they're able to get up that if they're all together pushing each other up. So I'm thinking something like that happened. So I just increased the height in those areas. So now I have a 10-meter high wall surrounding those parts. No way in hell they're getting in, okay? So I came back down, created the battery, and then I headed back up. I placed it down, and I came to realize that these wind turbines were producing next to nothing power. Shouldn't be surprised, it's an early power in the game, so... or early power source in the game, so... what can you expect? My plan is, for the next couple days, is to just mine for resources so I can make a bunch more. But the good news is, I was able to use what power it generated to make some sand from the gravel. We're getting closer, alright? We're getting closer to create heaven, okay? One day. Day 74. This session might have went on longer than I suspected. But there's a reason for that, okay? It all began when I wanted to go do some mining for resources, like I always do. Went to the top of the quarry, did some mining, gathered some stuff. Just general stuff. Nothing to account for, really. Like iron, tin, that type of stuff. Anyways, I also noticed that the quest book gives me stuff. I was checking out how to get clay, and it said in the JEI menu that the clay came from the quest book, so I got the clay from the quest book, and then I used that clay to start construction on the coal, the cokekin from immersive engineering, which is essential if you want to do anything in immersive engineering. So I started construction on that, but I ran out of clay. Clay's not that easy to find, that's why I was so excited I get for a quest. I just need 1 more piece. 1 more, well, 4 technically. But yeah, 4 more pieces of clay, and shabammy, we have a coke, we can start immersive engineering. But sadly, that's not how that works. So I decided, with all my wisdom, to go out on a little adventure for some clay, to look for a river or something. Instead of finding a river, I stumbled across a villager dig site with actual living villagers. So I immediately started construction on defenses around the site. That was more difficult than one would think, because I wasn't prepared for something like this, and there was openings everywhere. So I eventually just waited till zombies poured out of spots and blocked them up and killed the zombies, so... yeah, that was fun. Not stressful at all. And I also looted the place. Great loot, amazing, worth it, 100% worth it. Got 2 new guns. It was like a shotgun and a Uzi. in another deagle, but I already got one, so I left it. I then returned back home with my loot, my well-deserved rewards for helping those villagers out, and I arrived back at base safe and sound. Then on day 80, I continued to gather ingredients for the alloy kiln. I originally thought it was a 4x4 multi-block, but it turns out it is only a 2x2. So for the first couple days, I was gathering way too many supplies for it. So I could have built it like at the start of the day, actually. The start of the session? Yeah, well, we learn and live. Anyways, me looking for supplies to build it led to discoveries of something incredible. Truly incredible. There are animals out there. Well, so I was waiting for the windmills to charge up the battery for the grinder so I could grind more sand or gravel into sand. I was doing a little bit of exploring around the area and I came across sheep. They're not too far from the base. I had to get them over. So I waited till the night was over, because just as I found them, the night was coming down. So I just waited there, hanged out, cleared out the courtyard, got it ready for them. And then I started slowly getting the sheep over to the courtyard where I'd want to keep them. And a little bit of struggle, because the sheep kept getting distracted. And when I finally got the last one in, I was truly concerned I was gonna die, but I didn't, so it's all good. So after I got the sheep back, I fed them, we started getting a whole sheep family going. I got shears crafted, did some shearing, got some wool, got the ingredients I needed for the kiln, created the kiln, smelted zinc and copper together to create brass, and now I have brass. Let's go! One step closer to getting coke. Lots of coke. It's just like it pretty much unlocks immersive engineering, getting the coke, and I need treated wood, but yeah, that's the only way to get treated wood is from the kiln. But it's not the kiln itself that gets it, it's the liquid that it produces from creating coke. Coke is just, I don't know what coke, I don't exactly know what the real life equivalent of coke is. I don't know what that is in real life, I will be honest with you, but what was I talking about? Oh, yes. On day 84, we started off with some mining, which led into me really wanting to create the grind wheels. I forget exactly what made me want to do it so badly. I think I was just running low on my diamond pickaxe. I went, you know what would be great right now? If I could make a power drill that doesn't break in durability but only uses power. I can just keep recharging. So that's why I decided, instead of just mining the quarry aimlessly, I would start on the construction of the grinding wheels from Create. I created a plan to go take iron bars from the surrounding area and then smelt that into iron. Once I was doing that, I saw a traveling merchant arriving just around the base. So I went down to go talk to them. They were selling grape seeds, so I had to buy them. Well, so I was also doing that. I mined down the iron doors, which can be smelt into 1 ingot each. So after getting the grape seeds from the merchant, I headed back home and crafted what I needed for the crafting nodes that are needed to create the grinding wheels. The mechanical crafters, actually, they're called. So I created this whole area in the corner of the top, I guess, my main area of the base, the quarry, I should say. I created some water wheels that would mechanically power the mechanical crafters, and then I had the mechanical crafters craft the grinding wheels, and then I use the same mechanical power from the water wheels to power the grinding wheels after they were crafted. And I had to mess around with that just to get it working. And after that, I was finally able to start breaking down stuff for iron. And not only that, but I was also able to get more clay, which I need for the coke oven. Now I have the coke oven that is currently smelting coal into coke, while it's also creating the oil I need to treat the planks to start into immersive engineering. That was a lot. Day 88 started off with me gathering some more resources. Specifically crimsonite. It's a stone that, if grounded down, gets you metal, crushed iron to be specific. has some iron in it, okay? Anyways, it doesn't matter. You crush it up, you get iron. Anyway, yeah, so I mined that out, did that, and then I started crafting the charger and the drill that needs the charger. They're both from the electrodynamics mod. Very fun, very broken. I can assure you, after I crafted it and charged that drill, whew. Yeah, you can see how fast that's going. And on some blocks, it's like almost instant. Anyways, after building that and doing some more mining, I kind of cleared out the staircase to show where the quarry is. And it was just for me. I don't know if that made sense to you. That made sense in my brain, but it didn't for you probably. And then I wanted to go to the surface and bridge the villagers. I decided to do it today because why not? So yeah, I built the bridge towards the villagers, reinforced the surroundings so no zombies can get in, and on day 94 started off with me doing some good old archaeology in the archaeology village, I would call, because I can never come up with a name for it. Anyways, I got some things. It wasn't a complete waste of time. I was kind of conflicted to say it was a complete waste of time, but it wasn't. We got some cool things out of it, I'll show. But just emeralds, plainly. Always could use some more emeralds. I looted the rest of the sacks, and also I took whatever else I wanted from there, honestly. I plan to come back. Well, I won't be back in this 100 days, but in the future, if I ever do plan on recording another 100 days, well, I do want to come back to this world. But it depends on how much like and appreciation you guys give towards it. If you comment you really like this 100 days and you want to see more, I'll do another 100 days in this world quicker than how I would do it if I did not have that support from you guys. You understand? I think so. I hope so. After digging around and finding that stuff in the village, I continued back home where I dropped off all the loot we got from the village again. And I did some digging down below. I went down 3 blocks, day 97 to day 100. What a journey it's been. My god, these last 3 days I wanted to dedicate to building this, the house you're in currently. It doesn't really have many decor options. But the chimney with a fire and some glass to look outside. Yeah. You can see the outside actually looks good too. It spent me a bit to figure out where to build it and how to build it, but yeah. It's kind of beautiful. Actually, it took me 4 days to build, but we're just gonna say it's day 100, not day 101. Because, you know, that's an odd number. Even numbers only, please. Yeah, no, it's, wow. Reflecting on the journey that we took to get here, it was a lot. From starting off in that middle of the wilderness there, on top of that hill, being scared of flies, to being chased through the city by zombies, to dying multiple times. And then running back here to rebuild, and then eventually we got a bed. Didn't need to run back here anymore. Every time we died, we'd just come back. And soon we advanced, built turbines to generate power, farms to produce food. It's incredible. Hell. Even produced guns. Nah, didn't produce this. I found the snake chest, but yeah, you get the idea. We're much farther along than we once were. Yeah. Well, my ending thoughts are: I do want to come back for another 100 days, but like I said in the last session, it's depending on how much you two want it. If you want it a lot, please comment below. If even one person comments it a lot, or like just comments about wanting another 100 days in this world, I'll do it. I'll do it quicker. But yeah, I might be regretting that because I'm probably gonna work on another project before this. I've been thinking about this This VR game, I already recorded it, I just gotta edit it. Yeah. I'll leave a hint somewhere around here. I'm sure there's something that doesn't look like it exists in Minecraft just hanging around here somewhere. Like a sludge hammer or something. I think that gave away a lot. But yeah, thank you for watching my 100 Days in a Dead World. It's not so dead, we figured out. But anyways, yeah. See ya. I'm gonna go back to hanging out at the fire.